What's up, you guys? I figured I'd just do another quick video here on. I'm talking just something to post to talk about, I guess. There was an accident that happened in my region, I guess I'd call it, my generally local area this morning that I posted a couple of things about on Facebook this morning. I think I'd just show it here as well for people who don't watch me on Facebook or follow me on there or not friends with me, whatever, or you want to get more detail. Anyway, yeah, it was a major accident involving a semi-truck and a pickup, a dually pickup. It's not what you think, but both drivers had major injuries and both drivers got airlifted to the hospital. But yeah, in some ways, there's some of it can be perplexing, I guess, to like, how in the hell did that happen? Or, it's just something interesting, I guess, and just something cool to talk about, I guess. Anyway, yeah, I don't know how the truck driver survived that accident, and I don't know how the pickup driver survived either, or at least managed to get in the position that he did, given what happened, and you'll see here in a minute. So if you go to my Facebook, if you're on Facebook at all, I post publicly most of the time when I am on there, at least when I do have anything at all to say. So if you want to see the live stream footage of the incident, because there's a local area media guy who goes to a lot of these accident scenes or incident scenes, whatever. And in this particular case, he was literally right across the street from where the truck was at while it's on its side, and they're trying to extricate the truck driver. And so he got a really good view of everything going on there, at least after the accident itself of course happened. But it gets a lot better perspective if you watch the entire video and and see some of the evidence that is presented in it. When I first saw the accident, I had some thoughts that it was probably someone making an unsafe pass, like somebody passing somebody else in a dangerous way and causing a head-on collision. Then I find out it wasn't anything like that. That's one of the reasons why it's good to not speculate too much. It's one thing to come up with theories about what could be the case, but don't make assumptions that, it's probably this or probably that. No, it could be this, could be that, and find out, find any kind of evidence to support that. Or if there's evidence that doesn't support that, then all right, maybe your theory is wrong. That's the way it works. You don't want to get confirmation bias or look like an idiot making assumptions of this or that when something that's not even the case. Anyway, so here's the web page for the article that got posted. It's vvng.com. It stands for Victorville News Group or Victor Valley News Group, whatever. Like I say, I live in Victorville, so it's my local area. I'm familiar with the area, and let's scroll down here. Here's what the truck looks like. As you see here, it's just a gnarly mess. The engine is actually gone. I think it's all just accessory stuff and wire harnesses and other stuff like that. I didn't watch the entire video, but Hugo did report in the video that the engine was laying somewhere other than there. Now, this is a day cab tractor pulling a refrigerated trailer. It's not a 53-footer, it's a shorter one. I don't know what. Now, this is McLean Food Services vehicle. At first I saw it, I thought maybe it was a sleeper cab and that it was crushed all the way back to the bulkhead that separates the cab from the driver's area from the sleeper area, because I've seen major truck accidents where it's like that, and usually when you see it like that, it's pretty much guaranteed that the people and the driver of the truck and anybody else in there is dead. So this guy, I don't know how, survived that kind of an accident, and on top of that, was able to make a phone call to his family while the firefighters were trying to figure out how to get him out of there. And his family ended up coming up from Palm Springs and actually arriving at the scene before they even got him out of the truck. And he was actually moving and stuff when they got him on the stretcher. Like, it's just, wow, how in the hell did that guy not get creamed and just declared dead on arrival in this kind of a nasty mess? I'm just shocked. Okay, McLean Trucking, if you're not familiar, they do food services. I myself actually do deliveries to McLean McLean's DCs every once in a while. McLean actually has 2 DCs that they that I know of in my general area. One of which I never delivered to. The other one down in Riverside I have delivered to on more than one occasion. I haven't done it recently, but I've been known to do it. Now, McLean usually does deliveries to like restaurants, like particularly like fast food type restaurants. I don't know, could be like Wendy's, Taco Bell, whatever kind of stuff. I wouldn't say McDonald's, because McDonald's has their own branch, their truck driving branch for their food services. They use Martin Brower, or and then depending on what part of the country you're in, like in my area, it's Golden State Foods, or if you go up into Denver, it's called Mile High Foods. Those are all derivatives of McDonald's. McLean, though, they're more of a third-party carrier that specializes in, I'll just say, restaurants. Not necessarily just fast food. It could be sit-in type restaurants as well, casual, fast casual, whatever. And you also see them at like gas stations and truck stops too. So yeah, they're very involved with a lot of that stuff. Now in this case, the McLean driver was heading down the mountain from Big Bear toward Lucerne Valley, and I'll show you on the map where it's at. Now, Big Bear is a high elevation area. I actually like to go skiing up there myself, among others, go hiking, skiing, whatever. But okay, Big Bear is right here, and there's the new fire that that's going on right now. Just in case you're wondering, what the hell's that? El Dorado fire. That's the fire that just started a couple days ago. All right. Anyway, got Big Bear here, Lucerne Valley here. Now this here is Camp Rock Road, this white line here. Now where this accident actually happened was in between Camp Rock Road and a place known as the Mitsubishi Cement Plant. I'm going to zoom in on this. Right here is where the Mitsubishi plant is, over here in the Cushenberry area. See right there? So, I don't know exactly where it was at, but I know that truck came to a stop right next to a mountain. Whether it was right here or... Yeah, it wasn't super close to the Mitsubishi plant, but it wasn't, it wasn't like it was right across the street. So... trying to figure out the terrain. I'd have to guess it was over here in this area, from what I could tell, over here across from Robertson's Ready Mix or something. But give a little bit of detail so you can get context on what was involved here. It's generally what the road looks like everywhere here. Let me drop this man here. Okay, as you see, there's not much of a shoulder here. Only what, a foot and a half or something. Not much room for error there if you stray from your lane. If you stray from your lane, then there's another bunch of other questions. Why did you stray from the lane? And I can tell you myself as a truck driver, I'm not the biggest fan of driving on roads with no shoulder, because you never know what you're gonna get. There's not much margin for error. You might as well have just imagine being in a car that's not even as wide as a truck, driving in a lane where there's a K-rail right next to your lane. A lot of you guys can relate to this. I see it a lot. Even cars that are usually only maybe 6 feet wide. maybe 7 at most. Even car drivers hate driving in lanes that are adjacent to K-rails, or Jersey barriers, as some of you guys call them. It's, people feel cramped or like they're gonna hit the rail. So imagine being in a truck that's 8.5 feet wide, so wider, and our mirrors are, gonna extend out to closer to 12 feet, from one mirror to the other. And this is and then roads are usually 12 feet wide roads, although this road here, I don't know what its specs are. It could be a 12 foot, it could be narrower. There are a number of roads that are only 10 feet or 11 feet wide, but usually major highways, interstate construction standard is 12 foot wide lanes. But state highways, they don't have the same standards. I don't know for sure what the width of this road is, but I'm going to say if it's not 12 feet wide, then he's got even less margin for error, to deviate from this lane. You might see some people that their lane alert will go off a bunch of times or something if you watch them on live streams or something, even on a 12 foot wide lane. And imagine that same person on a 10 or 11 foot wide lane, and how easy is it for them to put their tires in the dirt on a road like this. Even if they're not texting and driving, there's that, just, hey, a little bit of distraction, looking off at some billboard, or trying to change a radio station, or who knows, grabbing their drink, or grabbing food that's off to the right. People have had accidents for all these reasons. So going into the dirt, I'm not going to try to speculate on why he ended up in the dirt. That's not my place to investigate. And there are a number of reasons that could happen I just talked about. But fact is, he did end up in the dirt, because there was evidence back there, if you watch the live stream, where you could tell that the truck went into the dirt. I said whether it was a blown steer tire, or he fell asleep, was texting, or was distracted by something else, had another mechanical issue of some sort, who knows. But how he survived that, I don't know. I'm shocked, because, like I say, usually when I see accidents where the truck has that kind of front end damage, it's almost always, virtually 100% of the time, the driver's dead on site, or doesn't make it to the hospital, or dies very shortly after getting to the hospital. But yeah, and then this guy was not only survived that, but was able to call his family himself, let them know about it while in that position. Just wow. Okay, now here's something else here. This pickup also was involved, but I'm like, that's kind of a head scratcher. You see windshield damage. Without looking too closely, you might think that the driver's head hit the windshield. But well, why would his head have hit the windshield when there's no front end damage to it, or to the pickup itself? There's no evidence at all the pickup having impacted the semi or anything like that. So, and then if you zoom in, alright, so you can get a better view of it. You can tell pretty obviously there now that something hit the windshield from outside and went through it and hit the driver in the face. Most likely a rock, and in fact it's believed that I assume it's this rock here, that it went through there and hit the driver. And the reason why I assume it's this one is because it was reported there was a rock with blood on it that was right next to near the truck, and this being right by the driver's door, it was probably it. It probably came out when he got out of the driver's seat. But riddle me this: how does this guy get hit by a rock that size? That guy probably got thrown by the McLean truck. He gets major injuries. He gets hit in the face and suffers major injuries, and does not get knocked out by it, and does not crash his pickup in the process. That's another one. Like, how in the hell? It's a miracle that this wasn't a lot worse than it was, and that's why, it's just so interesting to to figure out and post about and all that. And you know, it gives you guys more viewing entertainment too, I'm sure. So, but I cannot imagine getting hit by that rock. Who knows how hard it got, how fast it was flying when it hit him. I'm just shocked. I'm sure you guys are too. All right, anyway, that's kind of the gist of it. Now you can see how far he was from the semi when this all happened. So either he was not going that fast when it shot through his windshield, or the rock got kicked out in front of the semi and went through his windshield, you know, before he even got past the semi, or I don't know. I would assume that it was he was in front of the semi and hadn't passed it yet by the time he got hit, regardless. But able to get to that speed, I don't know. Maybe the semi was losing control before and then the pickup was possibly already slowing down, knowing that that the semi was about to crash, and got hit by the flying rock from the truck crashing. I don't know. It's again, that's all speculation, but it's like I say, to me it just seems like a miracle that he didn't have a much worse accident. So I have to think that he was already going slow to be that close to where the semi came to a stop and not crash and all that. It's like wow, just wow. Alright, anyway, if you come here also, if on this page, there is a link to the live stream on Facebook that's embedded in the page. There's another good shot. Here's how they had to get the truck driver out of there. Because they were working out of the front end of the truck for so long, and then they decided to come through the back and cut a hole through the back of the cab, and they eventually extricated him through the back there. Now, right here is the live video stream it's a little over an hour and a half long. It's a good watch. So if you have the attention span, I recommend go through that whole video. It's good. It's a good view. So now, anyway, that's all I got to talk about on this. Let's see. I think maybe you guys maybe I should talk about where exactly this is at in relation to more familiar places like Los Angeles or somewhere, because I know a lot of you guys are not familiar with Southern Cal or don't know the area. Some of you guys are even from other countries like Tom Reed, Lisa, or Ice 187, a few other people. So anyway, I'll zoom out so you can get an idea where this kind of basically is. Because I kind of showed earlier, but I didn't go into. I don't think I showed where LA was at. Okay, so over here is where the accident was. Over here in Victorville is where I live. Right here is the Cajon Pass. If you come over here, pretty much across any of these or this 10 or 60 freeways, they'll both take you right into LA. LA is right over there. So basically east, kind of northeast of east-northeast of Los Angeles. I would put it about 100 or so miles out from LA, something like that. Because I personally live about 90-ish from LA, so I guess you can say it's a little further. As the crow flies, I'd say about 100, but probably at least a good 120 or so as far as driving miles is concerned. So, all right, well that's it. So, just post your thoughts on that. If you got any, maybe especially if you watch the video and maybe get some more intel on stuff. Because I didn't watch the whole video. I watched a pretty good chunk of it, or was involved in the conversation when it was live, but didn't see all of it. Did not see every detail. Hey, always inviting some conversation or something. So let me know what you think. Thanks.